So question 14 says, the circuit in a particular toy car has a total resistance of 400 ohms. So that's a symbol for resistance, ohms. And the battery is supplying 4 volts. Calculate how much current in amps A is flowing. Hint, use the equation I. So I stands for the current, which is what we're trying to find, is equal to V divided by R. So you need to use the formula V divided by R. V, according to the question, is 4 and R is 400. So for this question, you will need to do 4 divided by 400, and that will give you the answer. For question 15, an electrician measures the current flowing through a 1000 ohm resistor as 0.02 A. So 0.02 amps is current, which we identify as the symbol I in the equation V is equal to IR. So we've got I, we've got the resistance, which is R. They're asking you to calculate the voltage. So you use voltage is equal to I, current, times resistance. So 0.02 times 1000. And that should help with this question. Now remember, when you're timesing a decimal by 10, 100, 1,000, a million, you count the number of zeros and then you move them to the right. So 1, 2, 3. So that gives you 20 volts for that one. Hopefully that helps with 14 and 15. Moving on to question number 16. A student varies the voltage across a resistor of unknown value. So they're changing the voltage across a resistor and we don't know what the resistance is. And measures the current. The data is graphed on the left. Determine the value of the unknown resistor. So we know the current and we know the voltage. Just quickly remember the equation. V is equal to IR. Determine the value of the unknown resistor. We need to find resistance here. So I need to use the equation where R is on the left-hand side, or R is the subject. So R is actually equal to I divided by V, using that triangle. If you remember the triangle, so V, I, R. V is equal to I times R. I is equal to V over R, or V divided by R. And R is equal to V divided by I, or V over I. Sorry, I should have written V over I here. So you need to divide voltage by current. You can choose any point on this graph. I'm just going to pick this one. So this point here has a voltage of 6 and a current of 0.15. So I'll do 6 over 0.15 and that should give you the answer. You can choose any point on this graph, divide the voltage by the current and you will get the resistance. Hope this helps.